Salut, c'est Vivi. How are you doing? Now with a coffee in my hands, I can start this vlog that is gonna happen in BIS, in this festival, convention, where it's gonna be basically about promoters in France, festivals, and people related in the industry. And here today, my main mission, because I don't know anybody, well, of course, my agency, Rage Touring, is gonna be here, and some friends, but I don't know, it's the first time I come here. My main objective of this video is to ask questions to these promoters, festival, and all these people from industry that can serve to all the people who is watching this video. So I'm gonna ask questions about, what are the things that make these people to work with new bands. So maybe you get good information out of this. Okay, let's go. Okay, this is the convention, and this is where we played back here. There was a stage and we played all over the place. It was crazy. Fucking crazy. So here you can see all the different agencies that we have. I just know a couple of them. And here, guys, you have our agency, Rage Tour. And this is our booker, H2, Sevian. So, here we are with Nicolas.
Yes,
Nico,
exactly.
From Rage Tour, and also Takada Jones. We met the first time, it was 2022, because we played together at Hellfest Warm-Up Tour. We toured the first time together. And then we started working with his agency, Rage Tour, which is a great big agency in France. And that's why I want to ask some questions to him, because I think it's going to be very helpful for the people who's watching.
Yeah,
okay?
Sure.
Because how many bands you have in your roster with Rage Tour?
Actually, I think that we have 80 French bands and 260 international bands.
Fucking crazy.
Yeah.
Okay, so here's the key question. When you have to work with a small band, what are the attributes or the values that you value the most to say, okay, I'm gonna go work with this band?
I think that it's important that the band have a first step, because if we start with a band totally unknown, it's very difficult for us to say the show. So I think that the band have to do himself the first step, to be a little bit known everywhere,
Okay.
And after this, we are able, to
push
do
it.
the second one, the second step,
Okay.
and to offer the band to everybody. But actually, I think that it's important that the band have a very good and important personality. It's not useful for us to get 100 bands who play the same kind of music without any personality.
That's interesting. And the thing is, what are the indicators for you when you see a band that it's ready or not ready? What are the indicators that you see? The engagement of social media, the shows, what?
It changes, because a long time ago, social media was not important.
Yeah.
Now it's quite important, because a promoter, for example, will have a look on the numbers, for example, on social media. And so we can't do without this important information now. But I think it's not more important. For me, the most important is to do good song, good music, and to play it good on stage.
Yeah.
Because we already had many times this bad situation, or the band sent us a wonderful, amazing video clip.
Yeah.
We are interested in the band.
Yeah.
The band was good, perhaps because the band, buy some views. And we saw the band on stage, and it was totally catastrophic.
I saw many bands that they are doing this, that they are buying views. I never did it, but I saw that this is like something common. So I guess that you cannot trick in the end. You have to present yourself and be real, I guess, right?
Sure. Yeah, exactly.
So my last question here is, because you have a band. What I love a lot from Nico is because he has a band, Takada Jones, that it's been active for how many years?
31.
31 years. He looks young, but he has a career behind. So what I like a lot is that he's a guy who understands the business from the inside of a perspective of a band, which is, I think, is very important, I think. So what would you tell to these guys when they are very rushed on having results and getting big shows and they are just starting? What would be your advice that you've been 31 years building a career?
It's not easy, because for sure I'm you have a barrier, you know, between promoters and musicians, and I do both. You know, so it's important for me because we take care of lots of things, including logistics or this kind of stuff that many other promoters never care about because they're only interested in the money and the bill at the end of the fee. But I think for the band, you have to do at the beginning. It's important to do everything by yourself. You know. I did it 31 years ago. I started to do everything by myself. And I developed it each time, year after year, and perhaps the band could have could be in position to say it's important now to have for example big social medias or to I don't know, to work with the tour manager, to work with the manager, but it's not that way it works. The tour manager will come to you. The manager will come to you. You go, for example, here. You know, lots of bands come with a CD, for example, and say, "Okay, are you interested in my band?" But for sure not, because I want to see the band. I want, So the business is in one direction. The professionals go to the band, not the band. It's like, please, can I?
That's what I try to tell them all the time, that it's important to put all the focus on increasing your value in the market, and then the market, so people like you, will come because you will get interested.
Sure, thanks.
Yeah, man. Yeah. So get patience also, because this is important to learn how the business inside of your band works. This is a very good learning how to make a production of a show, all these things. It's very good for Crysis. Also, we became a little bit DIY a lot, so we understood better how to make things happening, and that's the best. Okay, man, we shared so much gold. I like it so much. Thank you.
Thank you. Bye.
Ça va, c'est Florentin and Maxime. They are the organizers of In Your Face Festival. Yes, it was a festival we played in 2021, 22. 21. So we were just remembering this show, and it was really good. We brought the pizza delivery motorbike. It was a really cool show, and I wanted to tell you that they are having a very coul venue in Montaigu. And le nom de le Zinat. So it's a very cool venue for bands that are trying to tour and get these underground shows. I think it's very cool. I'm gonna try to go this next May. It's 29 and 30. It's coming Cancerbats, Groove Street, and it's gonna be a really cool party, and it's very close to à côté du Nantes, close to Nantes. So I'm gonna go there, and I reach out these guys because they are supporting the scene. They were supporting Crysis, and they support new bands. That's great. Anything you want to add?
It's okay. Come.
Cool. I want you to tell me now, what is the thing that makes you book a new band? So what is if somebody is looking this video and he's starting with his band, what is the thing that you as a promoter likes to see in a band that makes you decide, like, okay, I want to book this band even that is not very famous or not very big, but I trust them? What is the thing that you value?
For me, the most important, if I contact a small organization, because the organization is fun first.
Okay.
The people love bands, so if you want to come in this place, don't afraid, contact the organization.
Okay, so it's cool, you encourage that bands contact you directly.
Yeah.
Okay.
That's most important.
And what is the difference that you see in a band that you see, okay, this band is cool? What is the music, their attitude, if they're polite and nice?
It's combination.
The combination.
Actually, it's very important, and the music too.
Yeah.
And
so let's say that if you're a band and you're making cool music and you're polite, so if you're a cool band that makes cool music and you have a good attitude and you are polite and reply and trying to
important.
and you try to reach to promoters with respect, let's say that you have already a lot to have chances to play in this festival, even if they are not very big, right?
Yes.
If you like the music and you say, okay, I'm gonna try to help these guys, even that I know that maybe nobody's gonna know them, right? Because this is something very important that I want bands to understand, that when you act out from passion and you find passionate people like you, the doors start to open, and you have to have good attitude and just good will to do things, and you will finally find people like we Cryzix did in 2021 that they booked us back in the day. And it's about this, you know, so it's not about getting too complex into I have to sign with a label or an agency, but it's more about this connection one-to-one from Instagram maybe, right, or email, or you know, and
It's not easy, but do it.
yeah, I know it's not easy, but it's very fulfilling. So look, because this is very interesting, you know, how a band gets to a festival like, for example, Hellfest. Hellfest is a very big festival from near here, okay, and everybody wants to play Hellfest. But you have to understand that, for example, we were speaking about the case of Slope,
Yeah.
and Slope was, before they played to Hellfest, right? They were playing at your venue in Montaigu, okay? And in that venue, they had a great show, and one booker of the festival of Hellfest saw that show, and then he had in mind this band for the next edition that he needed to substitute, you know, and he needed to find a band. So this is how things happen, you know, that you start collaborating with people, and then these people knows other people that eventually they open you doors to bigger opportunities like Hellfest. So it's all the time like this, you know. And for Cryzix also it's the same. We played several times Nantes and all this area until we found the contacts or the guy who fell in love, and it's all every time is the same.
It's similar to other scene because near to Clisson, Hellfest City,
Yeah.
we have on the north of Valette,
Okay.
a stoner place.
Oh yeah.
So it's the same for the stoner bands.
And I'm amazed, today there's a show in Le Ferrailleur. Are you going?
Yeah.
Okay, and look, this is what I wanted to say. Every time I go to Le Ferrailleur to see a show, I see all the time promoters. They're from Valette, from, you know, so the nearby promoters, they are going to shows, you know, because they're passionate people like him. They go to shows, small shows, underground shows, and that's where they discover the new band. So even if you're playing in a shitty place, underground place, you never know who is watching you. All right, we are with Camilo
Hey,
from Angers,
Colombia.
but he's in Angers, and he has the Omega Sound Festival, a festival that Cryzix we had the pleasure to play. And Camilo is a great friend from me, and I wanted to give also this perspective of how are promoters, you know, because I want you to understand how promoters are just passionate fucking metalheads that they like to support bands as they like to support Cryzix and other little bands. And I want you to do this question: what are you looking for when you want to work with a new band, a band that is tiny, that they don't have like a lot of recognition? What is the thing that you value most when you want to work or invite a band to your festival?
Yes.
What is the thing that you...
The thing that the first thing I think if the band has the opportunity to meet the promoter
Okay.
live, that is the most important thing because
Okay.
the human touch is that really it's really clever. It's like the approach, it's like the honesty, it's like you know, we're all humans.
Oh, thank you.
oh,
We have a camera support.
So we're all
Watch out
humans.
the finger. Yeah, great. Thank you.
We are all humans, so the most important thing is the human touch. First
Yeah.
of all, if you can't have this human touch because you sent a mail or something like that, try to be more specific and not a generic version of the mail. You know, it's like, hi, how are you? Here is my EP, or here is my demo, or here is my single.
Because I'm pretty sure that you're receiving tons of
Yeah,
messages, right?
yeah.
So what is filtering you when you receive tons of messages of many bands that probably all of them, most of them cool? What filters you to say, okay, this band looks interesting? That at least they are sharp, like specific.
It's like straight to the point, you know. It's like
Straight to the point.
One link with maybe a video, an official video. If you don't have an official video, a little video, even if some amateur video in a live performance, that is really important because the human touch, as I said earlier, is really important for us also as a promoter to know how the band works in live. So in live, if you can send a live video in good conditions for filming,
Yeah.
obviously, that will be really great.
So
really,
it's a video that can highlight a little bit the best part of your show,
Yeah.
the engagement with the public, so they can see that, okay, the people, when they see this band, they are having a nice experience. I think you as a promoter, you really want to make sure that all the bands that are in your festival, they will make your audience, your fans of your festival, will happen they will have a very good experience.
And don't hesitate also if you have some references like for the other festivals, like the festival that you're targeting.
Okay.
You can name some people in some festivals, like we know we know Victor, we know.
Yeah.
So because we talk a lot, like in this event, like
Okay.
in the BIS,
Yeah.
in the BIS event,
Yeah.
we see each other. We don't hesitate to ask, like, what do you think of this band? I was contacted by them.
Yeah.
How was it in your event?
We were speaking about this with the owner of In Your Face Festival.
Yes.
And for example, tonight we're gonna be on a show on Le Ferrailleur venue in Nantes, and it's gonna be Camilo's gonna be there. Our friend from In Your Festival is gonna be there, and I'm pretty sure that other promoters will be there, so they know each other, and that you get to know all these people and you can get these references. I think is very powerful to give some status of, okay, you are a reliable guy at least, right?
Exactly. That is totally exact.
Okay.
And we keep, as I said, the human touch is the first thing.
Yeah.
It's like the opening door for everything. So keep the human touch, please.
Okay, but imagine that they are very young and they couldn't approach you, but they want to send you a message. What is the thing that, for example, in messages that you received, something that they sent to you that pop up in you, like, okay, this band is cool. They did this video or this approach that it was cool to you. Do you remember something?
Yeah, I think that there is a little gimmick. You know, if the band knows something about the festival, maybe really something like the history or something else, it's like a link between their history and our history. It's like I know you are there right now, but you know that we are at the beginning. So I don't know if you have some advices, like really modest approach that works.
This is, to me, reminds me, or seems like an approach to a girl. So if you wanna get into the bed with a girl, or let's say have a relationship, okay? If you wanna get into a relationship with a girl, you have to know the person first, then make let the person know you more and start this relationship. So if you come to a promoter like, hey, I want you to play, and like very straight, like too crazy without doing this approach thing, you have to start a relationship.
That doesn't work.
You have to start a relationship.
And the history is also important, because if you check all the lineup history of the festival, you can make even an approach with other ones, like, hey, I know that you booked in 2022 this group. We are not the same thing, but we are in the same universe, and we thought that we are really interesting, like an approach for your festival.
That's a great idea. Great idea. I never thought about this, but that's a great idea.
Yeah.
Bro, you gave some gold to these bands that are gonna see this video.
With pleasure.
Man,
With
thank
pleasure.
you. Camilo, the best guy from Colombia.
Thank you.
Okay, these are the cool guys that are bringing AC/DC, not also the AC/DC, but also Gojira and big bands in France. Cool shit. I am with Matrix, right, from Gérard, and my question is for helping bands are starting. What are the things that you value more for a new band when you want to start working with them? What are you looking for when you want to
see them live?
To see them live.
They need to find a small venue where they can perform, even if in front of 50 people, very small. But I need to see them live. I cannot promote a band if I don't see them live first. It's very difficult. Sometimes I do it if I work with managers or agents. I work with for all year, and I trust their opinion. When they call me, they say, I have a new band, you should do that. Then I can trust them.
Okay, yes.
But if a band has no management and no agent and wants to get some shows, they need to showcase themselves in the smaller venue, and then we need to see them. And then if we fall in love with the music and the guys, then we.
So you need to see the fire and the attitude, I guess.
Yes.
Okay, and also do you value the matrix of all these metrics?
Yes, but only later. The music is key.
So you believe in that this is important because they get very pissed about algorithm and all this. So you believe that if they work in music and their live show, they can attract people like Gérard.
Yeah, because I do bands that are not on social media. Social media, was great when it started because there was only a few artists on the platform. Now everybody's there.
Yeah.
So it's impossible for everybody to be seen by everybody.
Yeah.
So it's important to do social media. It's important to be on Meta and everywhere. But the live matters the most.
Yeah.
And there's no reason for a band that's good live, there's no reason not to grow for social media later. You know?
Let's say that social media is the key to also grow apart from live, but the live part has to be super important, right?
Yes, and the interaction with the fans as well, because I believe that with those platforms, the artist is losing the interaction with the fan, which is the contrary of the purpose of social media, which was to put people together, you know. But the problem is that when people go on Spotify or even on Instagram, you know, more and more the content is the same everywhere.
Yeah.
So artists need to create content that's different, and the best way to do something different is to do what they want to do and to create what they believe in, and it will be different from others. And then the tough part is to find an audience, but that's the reality of life. Obviously, not everybody can have an audience, but if you do what you believe in and if you are good live, there's no reason not to find people who will be happy to interact.
What I try to connect or try to teach in my blog is that when bands want to make content, it's just like opening a window to their universe, so people can connect with their universe like in a business, like in a life, right? So just to finish, you're working with bands like I see ACDC here, but also for Gérard is how I discovered Gérard, and what other small bands, for example, you are working with?
I do a British band called Electric Pyramid from near London. This is a band that I got to know thanks to Queen, because I'm promoting Queen as well, and Oliver, the singer of Electric Pyramid, his father Jim was managing Queen for all these years.
Okay.
So it's a band that I do and that I discovered live 4 years ago during COVID. You know, when we were doing some club shows in social distancing. I did a Nouveau Casino, and this is how we got along. And now we do support tours, we do clubs. So it's a new band, you know, they're on social media, and they need to grow.
We'll check it out.
It's not heavy like ACDC or Gérard, but it's really good. And I do every kind of music from jazz to metal, you know. The only thing I don't do is electronic music.
Okay.
Because I like to focus on
Richard, il lit des textes, il fait quelque chose.
I do a rock band as well, old school tracks, which you can check out, you know. I do from clubs to stadiums.
That's awesome. I like that you support this part of also the bottom part.
Which is important, you know. I do a band from the UK called Nova Twins.
I know that I played with them.
Nova Twins, you know, I started with them 10 years ago. They were completely old, you know. And like we were saying, you know, they just grow their reputation live, and now they grow their reputation on social media, but that's thanks to live. And they're going to be part of my Heavy Weekend Festival in June. They've been on Hellfest. They will tour in the US with Evanescence.
That's awesome. Great job.
And last time in September, I sold out an Alhambra in Paris, which is 800 capacity.
Wow.
And I sold out 800 capacity. And it was the first time in 10 years we sold that many tickets in one show, you know. Wow. And it was the same day that there was another big show in Paris with the guy. Anyway, we sold out regardless of the competition, and hopefully next time we do more. You know, it's important to grow organically. Social media can be a huge boost. I do Maneskin as well, which have exploded on social media. You know, on TikTok and all those platforms. But there were a band doing clubs before. Maneskin did not go from nothing to arenas thanks to TikTok. They did the clubs. I remember we did a 500 capacity show with Maneskin 6-7 years ago before COVID, you know. Now we do arenas thanks to TikTok and Sony and all of the work that's been done. Eurovision as well, you know.
Yeah, of course.
But they were a band before that, you know. So it's important to be a band and do the music, be on time on stage.
That's important. That's important.
Especially if you open for a bigger act and you can do from 8 to 8:30.
That's important.
Don't finish at 8:35.
Yes.
You finish at 8:30.
Even if it's 2 or 3 minutes before, it's better.
Yes.
So the show must run smoothly. Check out. This is important. A guy who is doing ACDC is telling you this. Okay. Thank you, Matthew. I appreciate a lot.
Thank you, Mark.
Okay. I just finished the interview with Matthew from Gérard, and he was telling me, but you play Hellfest replacing Echoes. This was 2023. that Incubus had to have to be substituted by a band, and they called us. And he was basically the booker of Incubus, so he knows that. He was telling me that he know that Crysis took over, and he congratulated by the show that we did. So it was fun that I presented myself like randomly, but then he realized that I was part of Crysis, and that's great, man. It's great that a guy like this, takes consideration of small bands. Also, he takes the time to congratulate me for the show, for us to Crysis. So that's important to these guys on the top. They know what they're doing. And I appreciate it a lot. That's great. Thank you, Matthew. I'm here with. Comment tu t'appelles?
Agathe.
Agathe from 1 Pod Minute Tour from Paris, and I'm doing this blog with other promoters and festivals to ask this question: what is the most important thing for you when you want to work with the band? What are you looking for to work with the band? Because they do the service management of tour and everything. So, what is the main value or the main thing that you're looking forward when you see a new band, even if it's small? Small. Let's say a small band.
The connection and the seriousness of the project.
Seriousness. And what are other indicators for you to see that this band has potential? What indicators? Apart from the music, okay?
C'est pas les indicateurs de carte sur scène,
The energy? And what about social media? Do you check the engagement of social media? Okay, this is also something important because from my side, traditional bands, metal bands, they are very hating on social media, and it's a very important thing to work on. So one of the things that they check probably is engagement, numbers, and of course when it's a tiny band, they don't have big numbers, but at least if you see engagement and people really pumped, I'm pretty sure this is something that catches your attention, like, okay, this band is bringing something, even they are small.
Yes.
Okay, seriousness, and good engagement.
Yes. And energy.
And energy. Nickel. So this is the BIS, La BIS. It was great experience. And what I have to say is that here is the perfect place if you are an artist, a solo artist, a person who is looking for get new partners, new labels, new agencies, or looking for festivals. It's a great place to connect with people here. Because every people from France is here. It's a great place. I mean, I was just knowing like 10% of the persons here or the agencies and the companies. So this is La BIS, and it's a great place for networking and start your career, building more solid blogs in your career. But this is, as you see, what they are saying, all these people, what is the highlighting when they want to work with new bands, is that the band not just has great music, but also get a good engaged community, and they have the attitude. This is very important, the attitude, the politeness, the seriousness, the professionalism. And this, you can already do it. Even if you're a small band, you can start acting with more professionality, taking more serious your job. Because if you don't take seriously your music career, all these people will not take seriously to you, They won't take seriously your offer, your music proposal. So I hope you enjoyed this blog. I hope you enjoyed also the interviews. I think it's great value that we shared today. And I'll see you in the next vlog. Cheers.